I'm with Chloe Roberts and she is presenting about her work experience.
So my work experience is at Forest Camp in the Scouts Activity Centre. The kind of activities they do is they do high ropes, low ropes, they do raft building, they do archery, bushcraft, orienteering. They aim it at young carers, beavers, Cub Scouts, Explorer Scouts, Normal Scouts, youth forms. They usually go for the children aged 6 to 17. And yeah, they're located in Sandy Way. So I've got my 3 SMART targets, which is identify land and water based sessions in the first and second week. Then the second one is plan a session land and water in 3 to 4 weeks, and then 5 weeks, the 5th week, to actually deliver the session. So aim 1, complete induction. So the first day I did meet the staff, and like get to know them a bit better, fit in, ask what needs doing, how you do it, if there's certain ways that company does it instead. Get introduced to the activities, get known as the risks and hazards and how to prevent it all. And then I will learn my timetable, with different shifts, roles, responsibilities for all of it. Aim 2, developing leadership and responsibilities. 1 objective, I'll shadow 1 instructor and see how they do it and how they control the group. And then assist managing a group for a week with another instructor, so I know what it feels like, not just shadowing, like being part of it, but not completely by myself. And then objective 3, manage my own group by myself with no one there, and then ask for feedback at the end to see what I need to do better on. And then aim 3, log 10 paddle sport sessions that I've done myself. So got 10 sessions, need paddle sport sessions, and plan them out with crib cards and safety checks. And then when I've completed the training and planning, I deliver the sessions, ask for feedback again, ask for what I could do better or if something didn't fit right for the right group. And then I'll have to, after I've done all the sessions, log them all down in a logbook. So some of the things that we did, we put all of the tents up, and we also had young carers in, so we did a little bit of bushcraft with them, lighting fires, cooking sausages and stuff there, and then half the group we took them to make shelters. So we give them a big pile of sticks and give them somewhere to go to, and be like, try and make the best shelter, give them barriers somewhere not to go, and at the end pour water down it, see if it's waterproof and everything. I get quite annoyed when you have to kick it down at the end. After that I ended up doing a tree climb session, so I was tying people in, and then when they wanted to come down, I let them come down, and basically you manage the group, get them all together, explain to them what needs doing, what not to do. Also, when you've done the session, you get them all together, and what I usually do is I say stick, rock, leaf, and what that means is like stick, something that's you're going to stick with, rock is something that rocks about the session, and leaf is something that you're going to leave behind. So usually that's a good one to do. And then usually, say when they ask what they're going to leave behind, if they say it, I'll ask why instead of being, oh, why? What can I improve on? Because with kids, it's going to make you look not unprofessional, but it's better to go around it and just be like, well, what are you going to leave behind? And be like, oh, well, why are you going to leave that behind? So, with my placement as well, did 2 sessions, one in the cave bus for a primary school in Chester, and shadowed another instructor doing with Robert's Bread on the Leap of Faith. So doing that, I feel like I've built up more confidence in running a session, because once you've done it, you get the understanding of what to do and what the steps in that you do it. And at first, you get nervous, and then it goes, and now, then you get the control of the group. So at first, you don't really want to be shouting, but then you realise it's important that they need to listen. So you need to get the good control of the group. So now I feel like I can do that. And safety, looking at safety. So if you're on a high rope session, if someone lets go of the rope, you need to pick up on it straight away and grab onto the rope, because that could go really bad. And then the aims that I spoke about before, if I've completed them or not. So complete my induction. I did complete it. Met everyone, made new friends. I've instructed some activities, group tasks. I know my timetable and what equipment that I need for it. And then the aim 2, I watched other instructors run sessions. I had a little notepad, took notes on how to do things and what to do. We all took goes on leading an activity, and then the instructor would say if they were happy with it or not. And then you manage your own group I managed my own group and there was no problem, so that was alright. Yeah. And then I did a raft build session. So you have to teach them. Usually we teach say there's 2 groups, and we will take one person out of each group, show them how to tie the knots, and then they have to go off and show everyone else how to tie the knots. So did that, but I was also shadowing someone because I haven't had a chance to do a full session by myself with raft building yet, but I should do next week. 3 areas of improvement: more confidence within a group, as I do need to be maybe a little bit more louder and not come across as military, still be loud but friendly, because I feel like when I do it I'm military loud. So yeah, when I'm giving a brief, I need to make sure everyone's listening, because if they don't listen, then I'm just gonna let them sit out, and then if they decide to listen, then they do, so it's important that they do. So it's going to help me in the future, leading a group, knowing everything, become better. And then when you do more and you get more knowledge, and then you're gonna maybe upgrade. You say you're just a normal activity instructor, then you might upgrade to a more complicated activity to run and stuff like that. And then it could, doing that and keep it progressing, you get more NGBs, and there might be more jobs available, which is higher up in the industry and stuff. So also, that I wasn't very good at the beginning, but now I'm good at, is when you're explaining things, like the briefing, I used to be like, oh, you need to do this, that, and then halfway through the session, oh yeah, and make sure you don't take your helmets off. So, getting everything in the right order, I could do that now. Need to revise practice given in the session, because you know, the good reason you need to do that, because if you're going through and you're like, what do I need to do? And then it's not going to make them feel safe. They're going to be like questioning your ability to run the session. So, and this will help in the future. Show people that I know what I'm doing, they'll have trust in me, it gives you more knowledge, and then it sometimes puts you higher than others, but they'll notice that you have more knowledge. Got to be blunt when you're saying what they're not allowed to do. So, for example, when you're on the high ropes, the carabiners, you say like, don't touch them, like at all, because you just, you know, if one's unscrewed, it's not good. So it'll help in the future, leading a high rope session. Say someone messed with the knots or carabiners, doesn't hold on to someone, can get seriously damaged. They won't want to participate in any of it, so it's just easier. I don't know if I've missed a little bit at the bottom there actually. And then overall, with the forest camp, I wouldn't personally recommend going. It's if you've never done anything like it, it's a good thing to step up on and like get your basics. But me personally, because I studied my adventure sports and I know the basic things already, and it's like, you know, you want to move on, do something more extreme.
So did you find the placement was a little bit low level for what you were capable of?
Yeah, because there was more maintenance of the site than learning things and doing what they wanted. And
what did you find most challenging?
Probably when I got put in the cave bus, literally just got dumped with them on that day. You're going to be with them, you're not going to have anyone with you. Go on, do it. So it's like, oh.
So that was a good learning curve.
Yeah. It's sometimes I think it's more beneficial when you just get chucked in the deep end, because it gives you more pressure, but it's like easier, because if you know you've got it all planned out, it's good, but I think you learn more when you're under pressure, because say if you do something, you make a mistake, and then you'll remember, like, oh, I did that, no, not to do that. Yeah.
Okay, cool. And you've got some NGDs, haven't you? Like, towards delivering activities and stuff?
Yes, got indoor climbing assistant.
Cool.
Level 1, paddle sport instructor, FSRT, 16-hour first aid.
Nice, so you've got a good start, of course,
Yeah.
for the industry.
Yeah.
Are there any others that you're working on at the moment? Or hoping to gain in the future?
I won't get my level 2 paddle. I want to do my rock climbing, but outside instead of inside, like so. Yeah.
And are you going climbing regularly to build up a logbook?
Yes, yeah. Go with the roaches on the weekends.
Cool, that's good. So obviously we're delivering this presentation here today. We're not at the Scouts, are we? Where are we?
We're at Kibbleston.
So what's Kibbleston?
Kibbleston is another outdoor activity centre, and they've got more of the facilities, and they have a better layout, and they're more like I said, Forest Camp is still developing, but these are developed. Like these have got these.
So is this a second work placement, or
yeah,
is
this is I left Forest Camp and then moved here, because this one you get pay, and then this Forest Camp, you know, it's just voluntary. But yeah, this one you get paid.
So you've
as
been
well.
able to get a paid job.
Yes, paid job, and it's actually beneficial. You learn something new every day, like not just one thing, but a lot of things, and it does stick with you.
Cool. So what's next for you to develop further?
Like what?
So like, how long are you here for?
10 weeks camping.
After them 10 weeks then?
There is a scheme that you can carry on from, and it lasts 3 years. But I think I'm gonna come back next year and do this again, and then go on to the scheme instead of doing it this year.
What are you going to do at the end of this 10 weeks then?
Try and get some NGBs. Yeah.
Okay, alright, thank you.